Dallas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. This one fielded at the 5.
Let's go. The Cowboys take over first and 10. Here we go. At their own 13-yard line. Here we go. 154.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Brings up second and 12.
On second and 12, Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Cowboys' all-time receptions leader, Jason Witten, the intended target. And it'll bring up third down. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Harris now to return. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
From midfield, here's Brees. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
To throw again on second down. Brees. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's a first down and then some, a 32-yard pickup.
First down.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Brees leaves this one with Kamara. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Ready. Yellow waiting, yellow waiting. 54 Mike. Hey, easy. Kill.
Mike 5-4.
Hey, Delta.
They go play action here on first down. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Hey, that's good. That's good. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Mike 50. You kill. Gonna be a long day on this.
Shotgun now for Breeze. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown Saints. A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for 2 on this one. And before the snap here, we've got a timeout by the offense. It's their first of this first half, and they'll get together and talk this one over. Now Breeze will bring the Saints offense up to go for 2 here.
In your face. Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, watch this fun. Fun.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass, hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Elliott running right. Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 36, Prescott nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A.J. Klein gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. 6-0 our score after 1.
With the score, Saints 6, Cowboys 0.
Right here. 51. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball.
3rd and long for Prescott. Oh, he's looking long for Witten. He's got it at the 15. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Hey, kill. 54, right there. Hey, Steve 6.
Breeze now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we'd put Baltimore number 1, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you see as their main competitor for that Lamar Hunt trophy?
Well, tradition and us not wanting to be wrong dictates that we say New England next. And rightly so, because of the number of Lombardi trophies they've won, how they've always played at this time of year. But the bottom line to me is the prime contenders right now for Baltimore, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes has gotten together and the defense is playing better. And Buffalo really showed me something when they beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh on a
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 37 yards.
First down, New Orleans.
Ready.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Airing it out deep for Smith. And he fires one that's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Prescott to throw it. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Breeze now. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. 2 minutes even in what's been a tight first half. 8-7 our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Hey, easy. Hey, check. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Here we go. Here I come.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. With that incompletion, you know, Charles, one of the big storylines in the final few weeks of the season lies in the AFC South. Tennessee and Houston battling back and forth. Houston won round 1, week 15, a victory in Nashville. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Manti Te'o marches in to sack him. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning,